Hey guys, I hope everything's going well. Today is going to be part 4 in Road to 3 Marks for the 140. This is going to be the second to last part in the series, so next time I upload will be the 3 mark game for this tank. Today's replay shows pretty good map awareness, so I hope it'll be useful, and let's get into it. Alright, so this game was on Hemmelsdorf. Immediately I noticed I'm top tier, again by a large margin. Only 3 tier 10s on each team, so most of the targets I'm shooting at will be soft tier 8s, which is great. There are 3 clickers, but that's not a big deal because this is Hemmelsdorf, one of the worst clicker maps in the game, and therefore one of my favorite. My initial plan is to drive down this road right here, if you look at the map. And the reason I can do that is my spotting range is very, very big. This is a small map, so it covers almost the entire map. And I can get down this road and spot them as they come out of this base. That's a good, their base, excuse me. That's a good tactic to use if you've got good spotting range. Unfortunately, this EBR in our team does take my spots, but it is what it is. He goes 95. What can you do? Their EBR has the same idea, although he makes a mistake by getting trapped in this little corner. He doesn't seem like the greatest of players. You'll see he doesn't even look at me as I put round after round into him here in a minute. Our EBR is a little better. He spots all the clickers down there, which is nice. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to get this guy out of the game, this EBR. You'll see me look to the left every so often, like I just did there, to make sure I'm not going to get shot in the side while I kill this guy. You'll see he doesn't even look at me, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on with him. You see I look at the IS-3 to make sure that he's not going to shoot me. That one misses, unfortunately, but it is what it is with that. You can see we got a decent amount of players going hill, which is good. I'm considering playing the middle right now, but I decided to go to the 1-2 line. And the reason for that is I don't have enough gun depression for the hill, and I don't really want to get in like a haul down slugfest with these heavies over here, because I can't really use my mobility in that situation. And it pays off going to the 1-2 line, because this Barask drives right in front of me and I can farm him and get some damage. I go for the track shot there. I miss, unfortunately, but that's fine. I decide to cross. You'll see the Indian Panzer gets lit, and clickers try to click me. That's what I get for saying Hemmelsdorf is my favorite map, I guess. Or one of my favorites. Now here I make a bit of a misplay. I'm not sure what I was doing driving in front of this E75. Luckily I take no damage, but I do get stunned here. And I miss my shot. Again, no damage taken, so no harm done. I decide to fall back. I kind of want this Barask to die, but I really can't viably push in front of him. I look for shots in the E75, but I don't want him to get shots into my commander's hatch, so I decide not to. Already kills the Barask, that works out, and now this Indian Panzer is right in front of my gun, so I can farm him. Again, these are the situations you want to put yourself in with the DPM tanks like this. Now here's where the map awareness kind of comes in. I look at the map and I see that they have enemies driving across the hill, and you'll see they drive right in front of my gun. If you keep eyes on your map a lot throughout the game, you can get shots like this on enemies all the way on the other side. And you'll see here this E75 is coming up behind me as I'm taking these shots. And while I was taking these shots, I actually noticed him, and I was timing how many I can take before he pokes on me. I was expecting him to poke on me. You'll see I take that one and immediately turn back around. Now he ends up not poking on me, so I decided it's safe to take another shot here. I do hit that, which is nice. And now I decided it's time to deal with the E75. I'm going to pause it for a sec. You can see I'm losing the hill, and I noticed that. And I'm also not sure who's going to win the heavy line here. So I'm starting to contemplate pushing the 1-2 line. As I said in my other videos, when you lose one side of the map, you generally want to push the other one just to keep map control. So that's what I'm thinking about doing right now. But first I have to deal with this E75. I'm still full health, so I'm not opposed to taking a shot, if that means getting this guy out of the game, although I'd obviously prefer not to. I'm trying to side scrape him here. His armor is pretty thick. I do have heat loaded. He misses me and I bounce him. My reload is much quicker than his, so I'm able to get at least 2 shots in, I know. I do that, and then I decide to back up just to make sure nobody's going to get shots into my back. And here I decide to poke on him again. Again, I have a lot of HP, so I'm okay with taking a shot or two, if it means killing this guy. Luckily, I don't have to. You'll see our Progetto comes to help me out. E75 fires, and I can take him out. Now I decide to push the 1-2 line, because again, I'm not sure if we're going to win this section of the map. and they have won the hill now, so they're pushing down the hill. So I need to get this side of the map cleared. So I decided to do that. It's 5-8 right now, not a great score, but we are going to be able to turn that around. Now here, you'll see I have heat loaded still from that E75, and heat can't get through destructible barriers like normal shells can. So I actually have to back up and shoot this guy, which is unfortunate. It takes a little bit of extra time and it allows me to not get the killing shot on him, but that's the downside of heat. Now I can pretty much bully this FE4202 into submission. I mean, it's a tier 8 medium. He couldn't really do anything. That's not his fault. I do notice that we're winning the heavy line now, which is great. We're slowly bringing the game back. You can see there's somebody on my base. He decides to drive off it. I'm assuming that's the Foch 155, but he's not a threat anymore because he's not on my base. So I decide to continue to push in to these clickers and the UDES. At this point, I'm fairly certain we're going to win, as their tanks are low health, so I don't really care about my HP, but I do need damage. So I continue to drive into this guy. I notice that our Progetto is flanking around here, and I don't want him to steal the damage on the clickers. So what I decide to do is shoot the clickers before I shoot the UDES. And what that allows me to do is get kills on the guys that Progetto has shots on. So I'm basically taking his damage. And this is not a good tactic to do if you're just going for wins, because obviously you'd want to get this guy's gun out of the game, the UDES's that is, if you were just trying to win the game. But because I'm going for marks, damage is now more important because I'm sure we're going to win. Doing that, I got a little more damage than I would have. I'm up to 6.7k, and that's pretty much the game. We just chased down the rest of their team, and I don't end up getting any more shots. But that's fine. So I decided to show this replay. It was a pretty short game, but I decided to show it because it shows decent map awareness and when to push, when to fall back, etc. It was top tier, so it wasn't like a hard carry or anything. But I think it still could be useful. So let's go look at the end plates. So that was a Mastery Badge First Class, a Confederate Medal, and a High Caliber. I got about 6,700 damage, 3 kills, and 1,100 base XP. I lost 3,500 credits. I only got 350 assisting damage, but that's okay because of the overall damage I got, so that still adds up to a good amount for the mark. That's about it for the end plates. Like I said, this is the second to last video in Road to 3 marks for the Object 140. The last one in the series will be coming in the next few days. As always, I hope this was useful. If you have any comments or questions or anything, leave them in the comments below and I'll be happy to respond. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.